In every human being lies a dormant power. When it awakens, life is no longer the same. Gopi Krishna. There is a hidden current running through your spine, an ancient force coiled at the base of your being, waiting, watching, conserving. It is known by many names, but in the ancient Sanskrit texts, it was called Kundalini, the serpent power. Not metaphor, not symbol, but real, tangible energy. Most people live their entire lives with this serpent asleep, and the modern world is designed to keep it that way. Distraction, noise, stress. Everything around you is structured to pull your awareness outward, never inward. But the few who turn their attention inward, who meditate, fast, breathe deeply, move with presence, they begin to feel it. A warmth, a pulse, a current of energy rising up the spine, at first subtle, then unmistakable. This is not imagination, it's physiology, ancient and precise. Your spine is more than bone. It is a ladder between worlds, and at its base lies a coiled intelligence that once activated transforms you from within. But this isn't just about energy, it's about evolution. Kundalini is the fire of transformation, not just in the body, but in the soul. When she awakens, your dreams change, your perceptions expand, your fears dissolve. You no longer just exist, you begin to truly live. But why a serpent? Because the ancients understood something modern science still ignores. That energy moves in spirals. That DNA, galaxies, and even thought patterns follow this coiling motion. The serpent is the perfect symbol, not of evil, but of evolution. In the East, the rising of Kundalini is seen as a sacred process. It moves through the chakras, energy centers in the body, activating hidden abilities, clearing traumas, opening gateways of perception. And yet, almost no one talks about it. Why? Because a fully awakened human is a threat to the system. You become sovereign, unafraid, clear. You don't buy into the same fears, the same games, the same narratives. You see through illusion because you've seen what's real. Kundalini isn't some exotic idea, it's your birthright, but it must be respected. It must be approached with humility, not ego. Because once awakened, it won't go back to sleep. She will push you, test you, burn away everything false, and in that fire, you will be reborn. If this message resonates with something deep inside you, you're not alone. You're remembering something ancient, something real. And this is just the beginning. If you're ready to explore more truths like this, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell. It helps awaken the algorithm the same way you're awakening yourself. When Kundalini begins to rise, it doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't follow your schedule. It doesn't care about your comfort zone. It begins to burn away what no longer serves. People think Kundalini awakening is a blissful process. Sometimes it is, but often it's disruptive. It can bring up deep fears, unresolved traumas, even identity crises, because it is the great purifier, and purification is rarely gentle. You may feel intense energy surges, vivid dreams, sudden insights, unexplained emotional waves. Your senses may sharpen or overwhelm you, and that's just the beginning. The ancient yogis knew this. That's why they prepared, with breathwork, fasting, mantras. They didn't awaken Kundalini accidentally, they built the temple inside first. Modern culture skips all of that. It wants the power without the practice, the results without the ritual. But the serpent doesn't respond to ego. She coils tighter when approached with pride. That's why so many spiritual seekers get stuck. They chase experiences instead of building the vessel. They want the fire without first clearing the flammable. And here's something few will tell you. Kundalini energy is deeply intelligent. She knows what you're ready for and what would destroy you. This is why the process is gradual for most people, layer by layer, pattern by pattern. She awakens as you align. She reveals as you release. Some feel it as heat in the spine, others as vibrations in the head or hands. Some hear tones, some see symbols. There's no one way, because the serpent rises differently in each soul. Your journey is sacred, personal, perfect in its imperfection. But here's the secret. Kundalini isn't just a force to awaken. She's a teacher, a guide, a revealer of hidden truths. She may pull you toward ancient texts, make you question everything you once believed, trigger synchronicities that defy logic, lead you into solitude so you can finally hear yourself. You'll begin to realize that much of what you called you was programming, that the roles you played were just masks, that beneath all of it, there's a stillness, a fire, a presence that never left. And this presence is what Kundalini reveals, not something to gain, but something to remember. As this process deepens, your energy field changes. You begin to attract different experiences, different people. Sometimes your entire life rearranges itself, not by force, but by frequency. This is why you must stay grounded, drink water, breathe deep, touch the earth, because you're not just rising, you're transforming. And transformation is a sacred fire. As the serpent continues her ascent, something extraordinary begins to unfold. You start to experience time differently, not just minutes and hours, but moments, sacred instants. You become aware of layers, of energies moving beneath the surface of conversations, places, even thoughts. You enter what the mystics call the witness state, where you are no longer fully identified with the mind. You can observe your reactions instead of being ruled by them. This doesn't make you passive, it makes you powerful. You realize the world outside is a mirror of the world within. And as Kundalini clears the inner distortions, the external world begins to reflect clarity. Relationships shift, some dissolve, new ones arrive, not based on wounds, but resonance. Your body also begins to recalibrate. You may feel lighter, more electric. Old cravings may vanish. You may be drawn to different foods, music, even places. You'll notice how sensitive you've become to energy, not just your own, but others. And here's the paradox. While Kundalini gives you access to incredible intuitive abilities, it also humbles you. You see how little you truly knew. You become a student again, of the breath, of silence, of the present moment. You stop chasing and start listening. You understand that Kundalini isn't a destination, it's a dance, sometimes wild, sometimes still, always sacred. And when she reaches the crown, when the serpent uncoils fully, a flash of realization occurs, not in fireworks, but in quiet knowing. You are not your story, not your trauma, not your ambition. You are the awareness beneath it all, and you've always been that. The journey wasn't about becoming something new, but shedding what you were never meant to carry. From this space, life changes, not because the world changed, but because your perception did. You begin to move differently, speak with intention, love without possession, create without fear, because now you remember. You remember that this serpent is not separate from you. She is you, your soul, your fire, your return. And in this remembering, there is no more seeking, only being. So now the question becomes, have you ever felt the serpent stir within you, even for a moment? Share your story in the comments. Your truth might awaken someone else.